Hey, you're watching Driver 88, and for the last 5 or 6 years or so, we have been following our mate's journey collecting Ferraris. It's Ferrari Collector Australia's Ferrari collection, and we haven't been here for 9 months. There's been a few changes that we're going to update you with, and of course, look back through some of the other cars. Let's go. Let's start with a couple of V12s. Do you remember a couple of years ago, people really weren't that excited about the Daytona SP3. They weren't really sure about the aesthetics. Goodness, how things have changed. This car has grown on me so much in every way, and it may well be the very last mid-engine V12 with an open roof. Values of these things, I've noticed, have skyrocketed since they came out. Absolutely love this thing. We're there for the delivery. Of course, we also have an Enzo in the collection all the way from Japan. Very low kilometers, incredibly amazing looking car. There's more V12s though, if we scoot back to the F12 competizione, a peruse, and a TDF. Maybe I'm just getting old and I have nostalgia, but I feel like Ferrari has not passed the looks of the TDF yet. The 12 cylindry just looks a little bit awkward compared to these two, but thankfully Ferrari still makes V12s. They don't make that many V8s though, however. Pista Piloti, when I ask him, which one do you drive the most often at the moment? The owner of this car tells me the Pista, which kind of makes sense. I think this is, even though it's a track-focused car, probably one of the nicest to drive on the street. If it's not the Pista Piloti being driven, it's more than likely a 296 GTS, an 800 horsepower dailyable supercar. I drove the GTB not that long ago. Incredible thing, it still divides opinion, but when it comes to comfort, performance, and I think subtle, beautiful looks, it's definitely a pick for your daily Ferrari. So that's some of the collection, but the two new cars that have entered the collection are upstairs. We have to go upstairs. Very, very limited car, incredibly expensive and badass. So last time we were with the collection, we introduced this 250 TR, which of course has its history steeped in racing, and some of the most used cars in this collection are indeed race cars. So a new addition to the collection on top of the 488 Challenge Evo, as well as the 488 GT3 that we had at the Ferrari Festival in Adelaide a couple of years ago. And then also the 296 Challenge car is this, the 458 Challenge. 458s, if you haven't noticed, people have got strong nostalgia for them, and it's largely because they're some of the best sounding cars in the world. 9,000 RPM, naturally aspirated 4.5 litre V8. And with this car, 150 kilos lighter than the stock road car. I drove one of those about maybe a month ago now. Thinner everything, carbon, and of course, Lexan windows, just incredible looking thing. I love race cars without wings. It's just stunning to look at. This one is pretty much brand new and not used. The other race cars in the collection have been pretty extensively used at a mixture of races as well as practice, etc. This thing's just perfect. The interior is amazing. You can see the door cards are just gorgeous. Lightweight, everything. Just look at this steering wheel. My hip's not gonna like this. I have a titanium hip / leg. This is just awesome. These buckets are very comfortable, really comfortable. They've got a lot of padding. I mean, for a challenge car, you can imagine a lot of portly Italian guys would be driving challenge cars, and that's why these seats have got a fair bit of padding in them. So a year ago, we introduced the Daytona to the collection, and another step closer has been made today towards the Ferrari F80. This is the most extreme SF90 you can buy. Of course, this is the XX Spider. Just an absolute aesthetic, gargantuan beauty. So much more aggressive than the standard SF90. This is Nero Daytona. And of course, like most of the other cars in this collection, there's a heap of options, 20 or so options. Carbon, of course, everywhere. Far more aggressive aero and a huge amount more downforce from the fixed rear wing at the back than the standard SF90. The interior, I think, of this car is a highlight. 1,015 horsepower, the 3.99 litre V8 twin turbo, making like just under 800 horsepower even by itself. Just extreme. 0 to 100 in low twos. I think you're deep into the nines if you're on a perfect surface in the quarter mile, but this is more about being a track focused open top. Hypercar, supercar, whatever you like. There's carbon everywhere, of course. The painted shields as an option. Set off with the yellow calipers. We've got also the red Cavalinos. The interior of this car, as you'll see, it does beep a lot, but the interior is utterly exquisite. It's just so minimalist. Carbon with no carpets, incredibly focused car on the inside. I think it's one of the best interiors I've ever seen. Yes, people will not be too happy about some of the touch screens, etc., but the hardware is exquisite. I really, really love these vents on the inside of the carbon doors as well. Now, you may struggle to take this for a road trip. It's not that much of a grand tourer in that we have no storage pretty much whatsoever because it's all been taken in the name of downforce, which has doubled against the standard SF90, 500 plus kilos at 155 miles per hour, largely also due to this enormous carbon wing. Now, the price of this car, you may be wondering, 1.9 million Australian dollars, and that's before you put on the 18 or 20 or so options on top. Quite the exercise. So one of the reasons why the SF90XX is quite special is that, of course, there's less and less of these around V8 Ferraris, particularly mid-engine V8 Ferraris. The F156, which started life, believe it or not, in the California T, progressed to the Pista engine like this one and has probably ended its life in the SF90XX Spider at 787 horsepower. This engine, 3.9 litres, won a bunch of awards for a whole different bunch of reasons. Incredibly powerful and responsive due to, of course, the twin turbo setup. Now, coming next to the collection, a 296 Speciale. I'm not sure if it's an Aperta or a coupe. Likely a Spider slash Aperta. Very exciting. And then, soon enough, the Ferrari F80, the next big car. I'm excited for that one. Let me know in this collection, what is your favorite? We've got a whole range of videos of this collection over the last 6 years that we've been following it. So if you want to check those out, it's Ferrari Collector Australia in our playlist. We'll see you next time. This is Driver 88.